Hello everyone and welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. My name is Abu Carls and I'm right about here to let you know that Arsenal's season is at a critical juncture and the football club has worked tirelessly to build a squad capable of challenging for the Premier League title and also competing in Europe. But the reality is, right about now, there is one glaring issue that threatens to derail everything for the football club Arsenal. The lack of a prolific striker, injuries and inconsistency in the final third, in the front of the goal, have definitely left Arsenal needing reinforcements. Enter the January transfer window is the perfect opportunity to address this massive issue, ladies and gentlemen. And I must say, if Arsenal truly want to stay competitive and also fight for trophies, the focus must be on bringing in a world-class striker, and two names stand out as perfect options, and one of them being Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian striker who plays for Napoli but is currently on loan at Galatasaray. Yet the other is none other than Dusan Vlahovic, who's been making rounds for the football club Juventus, and before he moved to Juventus was linked to Arsenal, but Arsenal did not pull that deal off. Right about now, let's get the party started, and let's start with Victor Osimhen. So this man is a game changer for Galatasaray at the moment, but when he was at Napoli, he was one of the best and still is a Napoli football player because he was loaned to Galatasaray. And we know that this man is a game changer. He has established himself as one of the best strikers in the world right about now, and we know that his statistics speak for himself. Talking about when he was at Napoli, he scored 31 goals, and that's the type of striker that Arsenal needs. 31 goals in Napoli, leading to Napoli winning the title, the Serie A. That was quite a big achievement, and that was in over 3 decades. Napoli had not achieved that sort of achievement. Wasn't there. And we know that his blend of pace, power and also clinical finishing make him a nightmare for defenders. And we know that Victor Osimhen is a football player who thrives under pressure, scoring important goals in big games, and Arsenal's attack has often lacked that killer instinct that definitely is needed in big moments. And also we know that Victor Osimhen would change that overnight. Get Victor Osimhen and everything will definitely be sorted. People have been talking about getting a striker. Everyone talking about getting a striker, but Arsenal management have not had the cries. I think they definitely know, but the good thing is that there is progress. There is definitely progress. Now, think about the way Arsenal plays right about now. They dominate ball possession, create plenty of chances, and also stretch the opposition defenses so badly. But all too often, the team struggles to capitalize on those massive opportunities. And we know that Victor Osimhen is the kind of striker who would take those half chances and turn them into goals. So his movement in the boxes, and also his ability to score with both feet and his head, and also his relentless energy to make him the ideal fit for this team Arsenal. So ladies and gentlemen, really I do not see any reason as to why Arsenal would not spend £100 million and sign the football player. Victor Jokeres. Sorry, not Victor Jokeres. Victor Jokeres has been also linked, but we're talking about Victor Osimhen. And if you like Victor Osimhen, before we move to Dusan Vlahovic, if you would like Victor Osimhen to make that massive move to the football club Arsenal, give this video a thumbs up and we will understand that. Anyway, now let's talk about Dusan Vlahovic, ladies and gentlemen, who's been a revelation for Juventus in recent days. We know that Dusan Vlahovic, Arsenal fans will remember his name very, very well. He was heavily linked with the club before joining Juventus. He's one of those football players that have been linked to Arsenal for a long period of time. And at just the age of 24, we know that he still has a lot to offer. Dusan Vlahovic is already an elite forward. He brings a different skill set compared to Victor Osimhen, but he's just as effective. He's just as effective as Victor Osimhen. So his physical presence allows him to hold up play and also bring others into the game. And while his incredible left foot can strike fear, into any goalkeeper, that is what exactly Arsenal needs. Arsenal need a clinical striker. Look at the game between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur. On a good note, that game was won. It was won 2-1, and you could see that there were very many chances which were lost because of lack of a clinical striker. And looking at the previous game, it was the same issue, absolutely the same. Lack of a clinical finisher. And so getting a football player like Dusan Vlahovic would solve very many problems. We know that Vlahovic is a striker who thrives in tight spaces, a crucial attribute when facing low block defenses, which Arsenal often struggles to break down. So his ability to bully defenders, score from a distance, and also, very importantly, also convert set piece opportunities would definitely add a dimension to Arsenal's attack. I know Arsenal is quite good with set pieces, but look at who's already scoring. Gabriel Magalhaes. Christ's sake, Gabriel Magalhaes is not a striker. You cannot rely on him. He scored 6 goals, and I think all of them have been off set pieces. He scored these goals, but on a realistic point, being realistic, we know that these goals that he's scored is just a bonus. This is the work of a striker, not a defender. And actually, Gabriel Magalhaes shining as a goal scorer just presents the problem at the football club Arsenal. It only shows how Arsenal lacks a proper striker to convert those set pieces into goals. Look at if Victor Osimhen was at Arsenal, would there be need for Magalhaes to come and score? No. If Dusan Vlahovic was at the football club Arsenal, would there be any need? And I mean any need for this for Gabriel Magalhaes to come lift the defense? He's supposed to be protecting the defense, not going on and trying to score. So, but actually, Dusan Vlahovic, I think he is one to talk about. He is one to get. But this isn't just about numbers, and skill set. It's about the ambition. Arsenal have built a strong foundation under Mikel Arteta. So the team is well coached, that's one, and the squad is balanced, that's two, and thirdly, the potential is quite clear. However, every great team needs a consistent goal scorer. And we're not talking about an average one. We're meaning a typical threat, a football player who can deliver 25 to 30 goals a season and turn draws into wins. We know that Gabriel Jesus is already injured. He's out with a big injury. And from the information we got, Gabriel Jesus, his season has been written off. He's not going to play for Arsenal this season. And also put into consideration that he's getting older. So if this season is done, if this season is completely off, then Gabriel Jesus, it might be the end of Gabriel Jesus at the football club Arsenal. And a clinical striker has to be got. A clinical striker has to be got at the football club Arsenal. And Gabriel Jesus at some times he's shown that he can be that striker that Arsenal needs. But we are talking about consistency. He's injury prone. Every time he's got an injury, that is not what the football club Arsenal wants. Absolutely, that is not what Arsenal wants. So, ladies and gentlemen, I must say it's going to be a bit tricky. It's not going to come easy, but this January transfer window, Arsenal must sign a striker. And I must say, with Dusan Vlahovic, if you like Dusan Vlahovic, if you would like Dusan Vlahovic to get to Arsenal, give this video a thumbs up. And if you agree with me that Arsenal need a striker and need a prolific striker, consider giving this video a thumbs up or give it a like. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know that signing a striker like Victor Osimhen or Dusan Vlahovic would send a massive and clear message to Arsenal's rivals. And it would mean that Arsenal is very serious about winning trophies, winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League. And the reasons as to why Arsenal was knocked out of the FA Cup and the EFL Cup is because of lack of a clinical finisher. And I will repeat it for you. The big reason, the massive reason as to why Arsenal was kicked out of the FA Cup and the EFL Cup is because Arsenal lacks a clinical finisher, a football striker, a striker that will score 25 to 30 goals per season. If Arsenal had a clinical striker, with the current squad of Arsenal, seeing how they've been playing, because look, the chances are there. The chances are, you cannot rely on Raheem Sterling. No, Raheem Sterling is not the man. He ain't the man, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, Raheem Sterling is not the man. He's a very good one. He's a good football player, but trust me, he's old, that's one, and in front of the goal, he's not that deadly striker who will give you 30 goals a season. So if Arsenal is very serious about winning the Premier League title and also having a massive run in the Champions League, a striker must be gone. And if you agree with me, consider giving this video a like. So it would not only boost the team, on the pitch, but also galvanize the fans and show the rest of the league that Arsenal is here to compete at the highest, and I mean highest level. But of course, these football players will not come cheap, Napoli reportedly values Victor Osimhen at a fee that is over 100 million. And we know that Juventus won't let Dusan Vlahovic for any less than a significant fee, which is around 70 to 80 million pounds. 70 million pounds. But also, where things get interested is Napoli wants 100 million pounds for Victor Osimhen, but he made that move to Galatasaray because he did not like the football club anymore. Napoli, he wanted a move. So from different sources have come out and said, you know what, there is a cut fee. Despite Napoli saying they want 100 million, they could settle for 70 million pounds. And knowing how Arsenal are, Arsenal is a club that are tough negotiators, so that fee could even go down. But despite this Arsenal club, despite this being seen, these prices being seen as massive, Arsenal must view this as a massive investment, not an expense. So securing a world-class striker now could be the difference between finishing as runners-up or lifting silverware in May. Come May, Arsenal might be in the first position. Looking at the EPL table, Liverpool is the first. In the fact that Arsenal won that Tottenham Hotspur's game, the difference is now limited. It's just a bit. It's not too much. The difference is not big. It's around 3-4 points. So Arsenal can compete quite well, but it has to be noted that it cannot be taken for granted that Arsenal will win this without a striker. A proper striker has to be in place, ladies and gentlemen. So the Premier League is a marathon, you definitely know that, but it's also unforgiving. So Arsenal's rivals like Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Manchester City have squads built for title challenges, with world-class forwards, world-class strikers. Let's talk about two of them, Manchester City and Liverpool. I know Manchester City is a bit down, but let's talk about it. Look at whom they have as their top striker. Erling Haaland. That's the sort of striker that the club Arsenal needs. Look at Liverpool. There is Mohamed Salah scoring goal after goal after goal. That is the consistency. Arsenal needs a striker with the energy of Erling Haaland and the finishing of Mohamed Salah. That is what Arsenal need right about now, ladies and gentlemen. So, I must say, Arsenal needs that forward who can deliver week in and week out. So if Arsenal wants he wants to match these football clubs, the need of a striker is something that is urgent, and a striker who can take on the big responsibility of scoring goals. So Osimhen brings in explosiveness, raw power, and also relentless work ethic, whereas Dusan Vlahovic offers precision, physicality, and also composure in front of the goal. Both football players are exactly what Arsenal needs to turn promises into results. And injuries to key football players like Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka have already shown how thin Arsenal's attacking options can be. The team cannot afford to rely on makeshift solutions. And the January transfer window is here, and Arsenal need to act quickly and decisively. So, Arsenal, the challenge is quite clear. If you want to take the next step, if you want to turn potential into trophies, sign a prolific striker, not just a striker, but one who can lead the line, deliver in big moments, and elevate the Arsenal team to new heights. Victor Osimhen or Dusan Vlahovic should be that player or could be the player. And if you agree with me, consider giving this video a thumbs up. The Premier League title is definitely within reach, but only if the right decisions are made right now. Arsenal must seize this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. And the question isn't whether they can afford to sign a top striker. The question is, can they afford not to? That is the big question. I don't think they cannot afford to. It's not about we want to sign a striker, it's we must, we need. That is what Arsenal should be. It shouldn't be a question of whether Arsenal should think about getting a striker. It is a must for Arsenal to sign a striker, is quite evident. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, consider giving this video a thumbs up. And my name is Abu Couch. I will definitely see you in the next video. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, I'm enjoying this big run at the Arsenal podcast, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye for now.